Any moment, we're expecting President Trump to sign into action more executive orders, including a follow-up to that baseless claim that millions of votes were illegally cast in the 2016 election. But we're going to begin with our lead story, the president's executive actions this week causing a breach with a key trading partner south of the border. Today, Mexico's president canceled a planned meeting with President Trump, a protest over President Trump's insistence that Mexico pay for a border wall between the two countries. As the president forges ahead on the wall and other policy priorities today, he addressed the group that will decide which of these goals will become law first and how much funding it will get. That's Republicans in Congress, of course. CNN reporters across the hemisphere are covering President Trump's initiatives and this diplomatic uproar between the U.S. and its southern neighbor. We're going to begin with CNN senior White House correspondent Jim Acosta in the great city of Philadelphia, where the president spoke today to Republican members of Congress who are at a retreat. And Jim, the White House just announced how the president wants to get Mexico to pay for the wall. Tell us about it.
That's right, Jake. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer told reporters that President Trump does indeed have a plan to make Mexico reimburse U.S. taxpayers for the cost of that wall on the border, and that is by imposing a 20% tax on Mexican imports. That is sure to continue to raise tensions between the U.S. and Mexico. Another reminder that walls come with consequences. Just as President Trump stepped off of his maiden voyage as Commander-in-Chief on Air Force One, he landed in his first diplomatic controversy. And for a change, all eyes weren't on his Twitter feed, but on the tweets coming from Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto, who announced in blunt Trump fashion that he has informed the White House he will not be attending a meeting scheduled next week with the new American president, a protest of President Trump's plan for a massive new wall on the border.
Mexico does not believe in walls. I've said time and again, Mexico will not pay for any wall.
Mr. Trump all but invited Peña Nieto to scrap the trip, tweeting, if Mexico is unwilling to pay for the badly needed wall, then it would be better to cancel the upcoming meeting.
Sit down, everybody. Let's enjoy ourselves.
At a GOP leaders retreat in Philadelphia, the president said the decision to cancel was mutual.
The president of Mexico and myself have agreed to cancel our planned meeting scheduled for next week. Unless Mexico is going to treat the United States fairly, with respect, such a meeting would be fruitless.
And he touted another part of his immigration plan, the swift removal of undocumented criminals.
They're going to be gone fast.
Top Republicans in Congress are now examining ways to pay for the wall, which comes with an estimated price tag of at least $12 billion.
So we intend to address the wall issue ourselves, and the president can deal with his relations with other countries on that issue and other issues.
House Speaker Paul Ryan's advice to Republicans, buckle up.
This is going to be an unconventional presidency. I think you know this by now, Casey. And I think we're going to see unconventional activities like tweets and things like that, and I think that's just something that we're all going to have to get used to.
While Republican leaders are following the president's path on Mexico, they are flat out rejecting his latest defense of the use of torture on terror suspects.
I believe virtually all of my members are comfortable with the state of the law on that issue now.
And torture's illegal, and torture's not legal. So, and we agree with it not being legal.
But the president warned his party he's not backing down from an agenda he sees as essential to keeping Americans safe, both overseas and on the streets of U.S. cities.
You look at Chicago. What's going on in Chicago? I said the other day, what the hell is going on? That is why we will continue to stand with the incredible men and women of law enforcement.
And while President Trump won't be welcoming Enrique Peña Nieto to the White House next week, he will be sitting down with British Prime Minister Theresa May at the White House tomorrow. They are scheduled to hold a news conference. That'll be the first for President Trump with a foreign leader, a major foreign leader at the White House, Jake. And despite the special relationship between the U.S. and the U.K., I think it's pretty safe to say most of those questions tomorrow will be about that wall. Jake.
All right, Jim Acosta, thank you so much.